Today is the death anniversary of my rabbi, Rabbi Zalman Shalomi, and I want to say thank you for this amazing man. I met him when he was already old. He ordained me to be a rabbi in his lineage in a very powerful ceremony. And he told me several things. For instance, that when he ordained me, he said, this is not only a Jewish ordination, but it's also coming from all the traditions that I've been walking. Sufism, Christian mysticism, Native American shamanism. And I'm saying that because this was the unique thing about Rabbi Zalman. He was totally a Jewish rabbi, but he knew that the Jewish wisdom tradition is one of those traditions of the world of wisdom and depth, and we need to work together. He wasn't part of the problem of separation, but part of the solution. Reb Zalman also was experimenting with psychedelics in the beginning, together with Timothy Leary. Reb Zalman also is known for the days before I met him, when he would, his gang, where before Shabbat would come, they would pass a big cigar of cannabis, and only when everybody was totally stoned, they would start singing and praying for Shabbat. Yeah, today and in his last days, people tend to be less radical and kind of not speak about the radicality of a person to make him more appealing to the mainstream, but this is totally not appealing to me. For me, it's important that Reb Zalman told me when I started with my community experimenting with open relationships and polyamory in the year 2000, beginning of 2000, 2001 or 2, and he said, yes, we in the beginning of Jewish renewal, good thing it was before the period of AIDS, before the 80s, because otherwise we would all pass AIDS to each other. Basically, he said, we all connected sexually to each other, and that was how Jewish renewal started. When I started to bring the Kadesha, the sacred priestess of love, back to the memory, he gave me and a woman that felt herself as a Kadesha back then. Again, it was maybe 2001, and he gave us a total blessing of bringing back the sacred work of the Kadesha, and he said people forgot how important this role is for the community. Yeah, so this was my Reb Zalman. And also the Reb Zalman that said to me in his last days, he told me, it's like, I'm an old man and I'm never sure that I'm going to wake up in the morning. So each morning that I wake up, it's a surprise, and I'm happily surprised, and I say, Oy, Ribono Shel Olam, God, you decided to be Zalman for another day? His name was Zalman. God, you decided to become Zalman for another day? I will give you a nice ride in Zalman. I think, this is the ultimate teaching. Seeing yourself as an incarnation of the divine and saying to God, you know what? I'm going to make it worth for you to take a ride in me today. Thank you, Rabbi Zalman. You're always with me.